What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a festive episode of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault, and the Boston Celtics just won their 18th championship. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching to this podcast here on a Tuesday. We've got a lot to get to on the show today. I'll talk quickly about the NBA season, talk quickly about the Boston Celtics, and then it's time to give away the cup to one team here tonight. Much like Boston, I expect Florida to be having a celebratory night tonight in the NHL playoffs. But before we do that, let's just recap last night. I can't tell you how much I loved seeing the tickets from you guys who laddered that game in the first half. I said bet it up to 60. Boston scored 67 points in the first half, including an unbelievable three by Peyton Pritchard at the buzzer to knock that thing down. It really ended the game. That was it. That was the kill shot. When he hit that three, that was it. Game was over. But so many of you took my advice. I said ladder it from 55.5 all the way up to 60. Some of you guys kept going, but I was just so pumped to see that. Like, that's really cool, okay? Like, that's really fun for me to see you guys make money, to see you guys like the bet, trail the bet. I mean, again, I bet more than one unit on it personally, so I did well with it. I didn't ladder it. I just bet way more than I normally do on the over 55.5. We got that with about 2.5 minutes to play in the half, and that was great. And then Boston went on that crazy run right at the end of the second quarter that really put the thing away. But, man, that was super fun, man. That was super fun for me to watch that and to see the tickets afterwards and know you guys, a lot of you guys did trail that and cash it. It was super cool. So we got that right for a unit. We got both player props right. Luka under 32.5 and Hauser over 1.5 threes. Both that hit. We won a unit there. We split on Celtics minus 6.5 and the over. Under came in again for a fifth consecutive game. So we went 1-1 there, down a little bit. So basically won 2 units yesterday for the final game of the 2023-2024 NBA season. So where do we end this year? Profitable. For the straight bets, we wound up 65 and 59. We wound up 2.5 units on the season. For NBA prop bets, we wound up 20 and 12. Now, this is in 2024 now, okay? So this is calendar year right now. I didn't actually look to see. Let me go for last year, too. I didn't add in last year. See, the problem is that last year, it adds in, like, the beginning part of the year, like January to June, and then we start back up with October, November, December, and then we come in. So, like, last year we wound up 64 and 43, up 17.5 units in straight bets. And for prop bets, we wound up 24 and 20, up 0.3. In 24, in the first half of 24, we're 65 and 59, up 2.5 units. And the prop bets go 20 and 12, up 4.5 units. That's up 7 units in the beginning part of 2024. So if you add in 23 and 24, you add all that together, and we're up about 24 units or so in NBA basketball. It's been a very good sport. In the last 2 years of the Daily Juice, we've done very, very well in NBA basketball. So, it was a big reason. NBA basketball was a big reason why last year we wound up 19 units for the entire year for 2023. So now on to 2024, where we're sitting here up about 9.5 units on the year so far. NBA basketball very profitable for us both in the NBA prop market and in the NBA straight bet market. Although last year was way more profitable, but we'll see. NHL has not been great. Okay, NHL has been our biggest loser by far, down 13.6 units in the NHL here in 24, 29 of 39, 10 games under 500 for the NHL. By far our worst sport. We're profitable in Major League Baseball. We're profitable in the WNBA. We're profitable in combat sports. Profitable in the NBA. NBA props. We're not profitable in NFL props, but profitable in the NFL. 13.5-6 by far. Our next closest down so far in the year of 2023 is The parlay, don't bet parlays. We're down 2.5 units. We're 5-12 on the don't bet a parlay, which I just stopped doing because we were losing money then. It wasn't smart. It was stupid to do it. So, we've done well. Up 4 units in baseball. That's tremendous. Up, 4.5 units in NBA player props. So good stuff there. Good NBA season. Hopefully you guys trailed last night. That was a lot of fun. Okay, to tonight. Well, here's one quick thing, though. One quick point that I want to make about that. So, I try to tell you guys the truth. So, some of you guys might go, Matt, you bet the entire NBA season, from January 1st to now in the NBA, and you wound up 7 units. Right. You might go, that's not a lot of money. It's not, okay? Think about it. Even if I was betting $100 a game, and I don't, but if I was betting $100 a game, I'd be up 700 units. Or sorry, $700. $700 over 6 months. That's not a lot of money. That's $115, whatever, right? That's not a lot of money. So, I just try to tell you guys the truth as to where I am, what I do. Somebody wrote me a DM on Instagram last night, and they're like, I can't believe this podcast is free, that you've been doing this for so long, and this podcast, we don't have to pay for it. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to pay for this podcast. This podcast's free. And people use it for different reasons. I've learned in the last couple of months all this interesting stuff about content-based people who come in, who your job is to make bets, but you want to know what I'm betting. So you either fade or follow me. That's great. I don't care do whatever you want with it. Just watch and listen. Leave a review. Go to Apple Podcasts. Leave a review. Go to leave a comment on YouTube. Interact with the podcast. Out yourself. Tell the world you use this podcast for your show prep. Okay, do it. I'd love to see it. And then other people are straight novices, and you're just learning and you're trying to figure out what is this sports betting thing all about. And for other people, you guys are not novices. You guys are seasoned sports gamblers, and you just want to see what I'm playing. You're just I like this. Let's see if Matt likes that. If Matt points something out that I wasn't thinking about, maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. Who knows? Okay. I don't care. Use it for research. I don't mind that at all. I use everyone's content for research too. Not for the juice, but for just prep for BVB and other things. So, really fun night. Really happy for the Celtics. Really happy for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I'll have a lot more to say. If you care about my take on the Celtics championship, you can watch the Bostonian versus the Book. You can watch that show, and later today, you'll get your fill of Boston love on that show. Let's talk tonight. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Florida taking on Edmonton. Look, Game 4 was the same. Florida got killed. Boston got killed. I think it's the same thing. We have a better team in Florida. Florida's just better than Edmonton in every aspect. Losing 8-1 was a wake-up call. I don't think they lose 8-1. In fact, I think they win. I like Florida to win and to win the Stanley Cup tonight. Minus 130, 1.3 units down. I'm taking the home favorite. I think the Cup and the NHL season ends tonight. Our last game to bet on hockey, we're going Florida, money line, minus 130 for 1.3 units. They're just a better hockey team. And I think, much like Boston, I think Florida just need a wake-up call. Get back to your P's and Q's, get it home, go win it at home. Much like Boston, celebrate with your home fans because it's pretty damn cool to party with your home fans when you win the Cup or win a championship. Boston did it last night. I think Miami and Florida get that chance tonight. I like the Panthers money line minus 130 here to win the Stanley Cup tonight in Game 5 against Edmonton. Second bet on the game, first period under. I'm going back to the bet. We got killed in Game 1. I like the bet. It had hit in every game. It was 3-0 before we got to game number 4, and it flew over. I think we go right back to where we were before. First period under, minus 118. 1.18 units on that. I think we just see an opportunity for another low-scoring, tight hockey game. I think I lean towards the under, but open nets in the third period, I don't want any part of it because, how early will the Oilers pull Skinner if they're losing? Could see a bunch of garbage goals to push the game over. So I'm not interested in getting involved with the third period. Just first period under 1.5 goals at minus 120. Minus 118 at 1.8 units down on that. If the first period under hits with either 1-0 or 0-0 after 1, I'm going to live bet the second period over. So much like I told you last night to come in and bet in-game, if you bet in-game and bet the under 221 was the high that I saw, it gave you a nice middle. You went 1-1 on that. So you actually, given what we bet, you went 5-1 versus 4-1. So same situation. If the first period under hits, bet second period over 1.5 goals. And I think we're good to hit there because I do think we're going to see a higher scoring second period. And then maybe a really high scoring third period. If it's a low scoring game in the third period, bet the over for the third period because of the open net potential with the Oilers pulling the open net. But we're going money line, minus 130, Florida, under 1.5 goals after one period, under 1.5 at minus 120. One baseball bet that I'm going to give you guys, and our guy Nick Lodolo is pitching for the Reds up against the Pirates. The Reds are in desperate need to get a W here. Nick Lodolo on the road this year has got a 2.55 ERA with a 3-1 record, opposing batting average of 159. Not a very good offense at all for the Pirates. 7 earned runs in 24 2/3 of innings worth of work. Nick on the mound has won his last 4 starts dating back to the 27th of May. 3-1, 5-2, 3-2, 4-2. In those starts, he's given up 1, 2, 1, and 2 earned runs. Reds, as I said, are in real need of a victory here. The Reds are 34-30. They've lost 3 games in a row. Lost the final 2 games to the Brewers, 3-1, 5-4. And then yesterday, Skeens got him for 7 Ks and 4 with a 4-1 victory. Now it's Lodolo's time. Bailey Falter going to the mound for the Pirates with a 3-4 record with a 3.86 ERA. He has lost his last 3 starts, and 5 of his last 6 starts have been losses with Falter on the mound for the Cubs. For the Pirates, rather. St. Louis beat him 4-2. Dodgers beat him 11-7. Toronto beat him 5-3. He beat Atlanta 11-5, but then lost to Chicago 1-0 and lost to Chicago 5-4. He has been up and down. 3 earned, 5 earned, no earned, 0 earned, 3 earned, 0 earned, 2 earned runs in those 5 starts where only won, or in those 6 starts where only won once of those 6. At home, Falter's got a 3.53 ERA. He's 2-1. The opposing batting average of 218, but 14 earned runs given up, 7 home runs given up at home in 35 2/3 innings worth of work. You get into that bullpen for the Pirates. No, thank you. Pirates bullpen is not good. I'm going to come here and take the Reds here on the money line. I think you have a chance. And look, I would shop a bit on this and see if you can find the best price. It shouldn't be overly expensive to come in here and take the Reds today against the Pirates just because of who's starting for Bailey Falter, and you've got Nick Lodolo. So I end up getting minus 125 on that, right? Yeah, minus 125 on the money line for Nick Lodolo. Money line, Reds, 1.25 units down on the Reds money line to win this game here. Opened up Reds minus 135, and some Pirate money came in. 8.5 the total, so I'm leaning towards the under. I would think the under is a good play in this game if you want to jump in on it, but Bailey Falter has been hit hard, so I'm a little afraid of that, but I'll take the Reds. First move was on Cincinnati. I'm taking the Reds here. Minus 125, 1.25 units down on the Reds money line with Lodolo on the mound here. So, all right. Florida Panthers money line, minus 130. First period, under 1.5 goals in the game at minus 120. And we're taking Nick Lodolo on the Reds money line at minus 125 here on a Tuesday. Mine's Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning, wherever you get your podcasts, go and find it. The Daily Juice Podcast.